He's got a pipe in his mouth, and I'm saying, this guy invented the atomic bomb, altering molecules, and he didn't figure out that he was killing himself with cancer. See, they plan a plan, and God plans a plan, and God's the best to plan this. Because of how intelligent he appeared to be, he was stupid when it comes down to something that simple. That we, or they, sister, that you was asking about, is pertaining to beings that protected. Today they got them too, but we don't have them. We don't have that privilege or that luxury. I mean, you get hit by a truck out there, that's it for our butts. But those rich folks up there, they got body parts. They got to force themselves to die. Some people just live on, they got some people like Bob Hope. Bob Hope is older than Santa Claus. I hate to talk about our own late President Carter, but Carter's jumping out of planes at 80. Anybody who jumps out of a plane knows your body is not equipped to jump out of no plane at 80. You can't even jump off the toilet at 80. So he must have conditioning.
What I was going to ask is, do these bodies that they've got, are they in stasis or are they living and then they just pick them up off the street or something?
I like to say they pick them off the street. That sounds like a movie. I like to work with that. No, once they clone these bodies and they speed up their cell growth, they put them in suspended animation. They have what's called cryogenics. Right? Now the thing wrong with cryogenics is the brain cannot be reactivated. It turns to mush once it's frozen. But they've proven that most other organs in the body can be revitalized. But the brain, once you lose that brain contact, which is that oversoul he was talking about, so they're not concerned. So if a president has brain damage like Kennedy, when they shot him, he still lived on NASA's island for a long time, but he was in a wheelchair, he was brain dead. So they really couldn't bring him back to the forefront of politics, so he just lived his life out there in Greece, and Jacqueline pretended she married Onassis, and that's how the story went, but it didn't stop because now everybody's eyes like, what the heck? I just realized what I'm saying is new to some people just by the look on your face. I know y'all didn't think Kennedy died, did y'all? Okay, you did. All right, what else? Anybody got a question? Yes.
Robert, is there a cure for sickle cell?
Yes, there's a cure for everything, including death. And you may not believe it, because I'm hoping you young people hear me. There's a cure for everything. The thing is, how long do you want to live? Right now you think you want to live forever, right? Right? But if you was Bob Hope's age, would you want to still live forever? Let's look at it this way. Now that they're on the borderline of communicating with the dead, and now has been confirmed by certain scientists that there is some form of life after death, correct? Now they have all these psychics out there that are proving beyond a shadow of doubt that they have the ability to communicate with the dead, or that's what it appears to be. Ask yourself, what happens once you know for a fact that when you die, relatives who passed away to bring you over? Think about it. You understand? How many times has any and every one of us decided, I'm fed up with this life, I don't want to live no more? Don't lie, because everybody who pretend you ain't got a little insanity is crazy. Almost everybody out here at one time or another got fed up with life and said, I just had it. You follow? But you was too punky to commit suicide. You thought jumping in front of a train was going to hurt. So you're still here giving us a hard time. But suppose you knew, beyond a shadow of doubt, suppose you knew that once you passed, that your relatives, your greats are waiting for you, and they got a hand stretched, and they take you into a new world. Suppose they did this by communicating with you before you passed. You follow what I'm saying? What would happen? For one, when an officer says, pull over. Think about it. Pull over. And you say, get out of the car. Excuse my English, but I'm telling you what you say. No, I'm not getting out of the car. I'll shoot you. Whoa. You know, big deal. What about that time when all the bills, you know that time, right? And even those bills that we thought we were getting away with because they didn't give us the bill. So we was running that telephone up and it didn't never come to me like that. They forgot about me. And then just when we on Dubad Street on the corner of Ain't Got Nothing, in comes this bill for $300 or $400. We going for the telephone company. Oh, this is a back bill for so and so. You're like, and then you get frustrated. You say, "Dang, I'm gonna get something. Go to the refrigerator, open the refrigerator, take a beer, and chill. Open the refrigerator, and moths fly out. I ain't got no money to buy no food. So I'm gonna go over my girlfriend's house. I call my girlfriend, and the guy picks up some what? You follow what I'm saying? I'll just get down, go downstairs and go for a drive just to chill. Go downstairs, it says empty. What the hell? I'm just gonna have to get some money for some, get some money for some. I don't want to live no more. Don't say you haven't been to that road before where you don't want to live no more. But if you had a confirmation that everything is going to be all right, this world would be a different place. The way people get in arguments, there would be no such thing as road rage. There'd be road incidents. That's all. Get out the car, bam. You got me, I got you, thank you, boom. And we're near that now. We're near that state of mind right now. We're starting to accept, just by the technology, you know what I'm saying, communication. Oh, they already passed life on other planets. But what were they saying 20 years ago if I said there was life on Mars? You're crazy. Now they found life on Mars. Life on Jupiter. Not life on one planet, but life on more than one planet in our solar system. They found tri-star constellations, systems with 3 suns. It's on the internet. Go look it up. Things that they say is impossible have become possible. So life after death, which has always been based on faith and belief, is no longer simply faith and belief. It's now possible and bending towards probable. And to some, confirmed. You with me? How will that affect us as human beings? So, to answer your question, they have gotten to the point where they realize now we as a people are developing spiritually to the point where we know there's a life after death. That we know that there is really a Jesus Christ. That we know there was really angelic beings. Whatever name you use and whatever language you speak, whatever country you're influenced by is not what's important. The reality is important. We know it's real now. And our attitude towards life is changing. Our attitude towards working is changing. Our attitude towards people are changing. You follow that? And we're in that day and time now where anything is possible. Tomorrow we can flick on the television and they'll tell us something we never even imagined before. You follow what I'm saying? So we're at that period of time where life and death are becoming one. And the system is afraid to face the reality of in what direction our minds will start to elevate to. Will we become gods? And does that change the definition of God when we become gods? You follow? When we reach to that level of God, the perfection in God, being His children, does God then raise to a higher level? And does that start another journey? Or does that end it? Or is that the beginning, and was this a path towards a beginning? All of these questions become something to talk about. Years ago, it was simply, is there life after death? Is there heaven or hell? Does God really exist? Is God dead? Was Jesus a real person? Etc., etc., etc. And I explained to y'all, I explained to y'all before, you have 2 Jesuses in the Bible. I don't mean 2 Jesuses. We know there's 3 characters. I'm talking 2 births of 2 Jesuses and 2 Marys in the Bible. You know, people don't want to hear that. No. My Mary is my Mary. I said, well, which one? The one that had a child in a manger, or the one that had a child under a date palm tree in the desert? What are you talking about? That sounds crazy. Well, in Matthew's and them, they speak of the birth of a child in a manger, in the presence of wise men. In the book of Revelation, they speak of a child born under a date palm tree in the wilderness with dragons waiting to kill it. Which is true? Or they're both true. They'll say, well, that's the mystery of God. I don't want the mystery of God. God said, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make me free. I don't want the mystery. I want the fact. If you can't give me the fact, step down off the pulpit and let somebody who God inspires stand up there. Let somebody who has the answers get up there and get down. Stop the preaching and start the teaching. Stop trying to be a good person and just be a good teacher. And let people become good people themselves. Because what you are, you are. What you're going to be, you're going to be. Whatever is grown in you, it's like a tree. Whatever that thing is going to fertilize this ground enough, something's going to grow through here. Whatever it's going to be, I may not see it through. But